Yeah, so today's subject, ladies and gentlemen, I on this I took the picture and brightened it, so you, because on the original one you can't see all the stuff. Maybe that's the best way to be.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We didn't need to put that on then, did we?
Yeah, so no, it was just because I couldn't see half the thing, but it sometimes helps if you want to put in a, like if Gordon, he likes to put in a lot more detail, but he knows how to do this as well. So, but the perspective of the bus is awkward, and
Yeah, it's a.
but when I sketched mine, I tended to try and get well, say try is the right word, try and find out where the windows all are. Sometimes
that's what I find looking at windows. I have to put a ruler there to see which way, which way to draw them. An angle, how much of an angle?
Yeah.
Not easy.
Yeah, it is
it?
a lovely picture, but like I say, using the grid does help a bit.
Yeah.
Well, the way I look at these things, they're well, the grid anyway. It's but you can see it, even using a grid and everything else, it still comes out my own quirky way. But I did put a bit of masking fluid on where the peoples are, because I thought I know what's going to happen. As soon as you paint anything there, you're going to be struggling to find them.
Yeah, but you're good at drawing. I ought to do more drawing. You are.
Ooh. One thing, let me stop that. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, let's get on with it. We'll have an early lunch.
Promise.
Promise. I don't think.
Well,
I thought that new lady was coming today. Is it
that's next week.
Oh, because I thought, we were going to do a water scene, weren't we?
Have you heard from Terry?
Yeah.
Did you say his wife is in hospital?
No, she's back. I heard from.
Right, she's home.
Yeah, she's back home. I asked him if he's getting any home help, to come in and.
Yeah.
We are recording, aren't we?
Yeah.
Should be a red dot on. Right, guys. Margaret was home. They got her home, and I think the kids, his son and daughter, hiya Terry, are helping him with the cooking because they can't stand his cooking.
Oh dear.
Said, you little demon, I know what you're doing. I've done that for the last 30 odd years. You burn the cooking and
you
come
have
here,
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well, like I say, I'm stuck with doing this grid thing, but the beauty of it is you can move things around. So you wanted to bus up there or down there or over there. I must admit, I tend to do it the way I look at it. The images or the photos that I get are well composed anyway. So what's the point in reinventing it? That's what attracts me to them more often than not. The beauty of this is you get to keep them, because I just take the I take them, punch 2 holes in them, and remember these treasury tags used to get with the little things in. And I punch 2 holes in them and click them all together. So now I've got Tony Blair.
Hold
You want
on.
Tony Blair, madam? I've got Tony Blair.
Mm.
Ooh, don't think that's going to be very. Remember the
Mm.
elephants, but I've got a record of it.
Oh, that's good.
Plus the image of the picture that I create like today. So like these ones, the printouts from the printer, I throw them away.
Mm.
So if I do another painting, I'll use the one, my image that I painted as the guide.
Mm.
Not that I ever find much time to do that sort of stuff. That's good stuff, this. But like
What's
I
it
say,
called again?
can't remember. I keep forgetting. It's detail something or other. It's just detail paper, really.
Mm.
It's different to tracing paper. It's more robust, and I haven't tried printing on it yet.
Oh,
That'd be interesting.
Mm.
print the bus on it. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
Well, I used to have an A3 printer. So you could cut it to that size, which is A3, and yeah, just go for it. Print
Mm.
the little rascal on A3 sheet, which is then you could use tray stain to manipulate it all over the place. Good stuff, that. I need to get some more. Mine's run out a bit. I haven't cleaned my palette from last week. What I'm going to do, except I'm going to use a bit of fleshy tone. Try and set the scene a bit, I think. I'm going to go really fast so nobody can copy what I'm doing now. Then I'm going to make everyone paint their own picture.
Yeah.
So there's no way. The road, yeah, I think we should be out of here by
12:30.
no. I'm not.
12.
I don't know.
No.
This is I'm just using this flesh tone because
Right. Yeah.
I keep saying that you could use that the flesh tone is neutral. You can paint it. Well, I do it some days. All the sand, it's a bit strong. But the secret of the whole thing, I reckon, is just getting rid of the white paper, because it's threatening. It's so intimidating. Just watch out for strength of colour here. Can be strong there. If I see, oh, I've got that tune on my head now. Walk on by.
No.
Flip. You see, I've been busy. I haven't touched my palette from last week. Naughty David. How bad am I? Bit of that turquoise, cobalt turquoise. And the classic one for me is to always do it. Put some colour in the windows. They disappear otherwise. I know I keep repeating it, but you get a load of red paint, and the next minute now the windows disappeared. Now this inside.
At least you haven't got to do the driver.
What was that?
Nothing.
I was my hearing aid battery's gone.
Oh, I said, at least you haven't got to do the driver. But and then I thought, oh, well, he's probably serving the fish and chips, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gone for his break.
Yeah.
Bit of raw sienna if I can get any. So say, it's always a good idea to, when in doubt, stick some paint. I was going to say anywhere, but somewhere. Just look at tonal values, colour. If you see a bit of yellow, stick a bit of yellow there. See a bit of red, whack a bit of red there. You'll get the detail later. Let's put the red over there. That's, I call it red, but it's not, is it? It's rose madder. I have got some red paint somewhere. But I think my board is resting on it at the moment. That's a bit dark. I'm doing music tomorrow at the day centre, so.
You go every week?
No, it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think every week might be a bit too much. Well, I don't mind doing it, but the crowd. Oh, we say that. I have got so many songs. I never know what it is I'm doing myself. Put another one of those. It's sort of a shoreline, isn't it? Crossing. Do a little building. I've not got any routine today. There's no, this has got to be here, this has got to be there, because I didn't want to do what Carol keeps telling me to do. Just stick it on the brush. I think some of the nicest painters you do are always the ones that are just loose, spontaneous, carefree. I haven't even sketched the buildings. There's a hint of a pencil line. I just made it up as I was going along. Well, I think well, one of the things I like to do is put a bit of paint somewhere and then move away, go somewhere else on the paper, because give it a chance to settle and drop itself into the paper. You can always go back with the rigger later and add a few extra highlights, details. I'm using this turquoise blue a bit or dropping it in, because I'm anticipating that's what I'm going to do with the sky. Can do that better than that. I think I want to paint more of a off grey colour. Take the edge off. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same over here. 1. I think 3. We'll go for 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Straight ones. God knows what's going on over here.
Mm.
It's still nice and damp, so we'll let the water do some of its biz. I think there's a bridge over here. Joe wrote a comment on last week's YouTube. Just one word, brilliant.
Oh,
That's such a not that
compliment.
Joe be watching. Thanks, Joe.
Mm.
It gives you so much confidence. You think, oh gosh, especially if you're thinking that's not one of my finest pictures and things like that, and then someone comes along and says brilliant.
Yeah.
You think, wow, thanks for that. It means a lot. So thank you, Joe. Want a bit of blue?
Mm.
Bit of blue, a bluey grey. All right. Because there's a boat thing. It's not a boat, it's a ship. What, going down the Thames? I suppose they do. Occasionally. Put some dark bits in for the portholes. And then figure it off with darks. Negative painting, isn't it? If you had a bit of dark over there, that should bring that out a bit.
Mm.
You can also have a splash of white later. And there's another ship here I didn't even know about. Barge or something. Stick a line of paint across. Doesn't matter because it's a mystery thing.
We can put our own things in.
It'll be mystery when we do it.
Oh yeah, God. Oh.
And at the back, I think the key is I've seen him for a while. Old Hayden, Alan Hayden. And he always quotes what his painting teacher told him: just paint what you see. Whatever.
I can't see those boats.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a lot of it, is just
lines.
almost painting dirty water, What you do, a bit of think about. Just could have put some trees over on the far bank. Why not? I think I need to balance a bit more. Well, maybe not, because I'm going to dry off in a minute. That dog absolutely loves going over the marsh. It's early in the morning.
Oh.
Must admit, I sort of wake up thinking, no, I'm just going to put some shadow underneath the bus. What colour is the shadow? It came out of the Terry Harrison tube called Shadow. In this occasion it did. I'm just going to do that and then put some water on it. Clean water on the brush just to smooth it down. Well, it's always the same, isn't it? Same thing. A drizzle of paint and then clean water and let it do whatever it's going to do. You always add a little tip at the top. Then it drizzle down a bit more. Because the shadow is always darker at the top, isn't it? And as it comes out, it lightens up. Oops, a bit too much. There's a big sigh there. Just, and then when you're content, move away. Or not sure, go away to another part of the picture. Look for
It just always looks so easy, doesn't it, when
look
somebody's
for other
painting?
bits of shadow. There is a sort of a routine, isn't there, really? I think I might put a tree here. Or another figure, maybe. I think this needs a little bit of lighting on it. Don't forget, I'm going to put some bars on there. Take the edge off. Somebody put a picture on Facebook yesterday I was looking at, and it was, they didn't know, it was a picture sort of this area, Dorset area, and they didn't know they'd got it in a job lot in an auction or something. Could just about see the, what's the name, the signature, sort of D something or something. And I was looking at the painting. It was obviously an old watercolor painting that someone done, and that was like what we were talking about earlier, Carol, was just very limited brush strokes. If I find it, I'll post it to you, and you'll see. It's a bit of burnt umber here.
Yeah, we probably do too much, don't we? That's yeah.
And I looked at it and I thought, that is a proper watercolor. It's just it's almost a doodle. You know.
But you've still got to know how to do it, haven't you?
Yeah, I try and do that and then it doesn't look right.
I know.
But then you sort of go back and go over a bit more and then you totally do that
too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know what the solution to that is.
It's practice, I suppose.
As guilty or not guilty of it as everyone else. Well, the secret, I would probably suggest doing what I'm doing right now, using a bigger brush. If you paint everything with a bigger brush, then you can't do that. You're like there, I'm not actually putting any detail in as such. I'm just using the brush to I actually lifted there was a little bit of damp paint there, you can see it. I just lifted it off and moved it across. It's on the end of that brush. I'm just using it to put detail in the other bits.
That's all like shadow, was it? Shadow colour.
Yeah, I seem to have, it's more dirty water, Carol, than as much as anything.
Right, okay.
Well, you see, these brushes are so dynamic. They just hold paint for hours, don't they?
Mm.
One little bit of dirty water goes
A
miles.
long way.
But these ones over here are further away, aren't they? So I might as well stick a few extra bits on. I think we did a cityscape thing before in I think it was Australian. That was quite good fun, that. It was but it was nighttime, wasn't it? It was I think or was it the Shard? Might have been the Shard one. We did the Shard, and that was Chrissy's friend brought it.
Did we?
No, I can't remember that.
Photographed it at night on the way back coming into Portsmouth Harbour.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
I was thinking I was back in London then when you were.
Yeah, I was as well.
Yeah. Just a doodle, really. It's all we want.
Mm.
And I'm not sure about those trees, whether I'll put them in or not. I've got some clean water, so, but I can't go too close to the bus or the buildings. Early lunch, early lunch. Early. I thought that last week, and then someone said, "What's the time?" Oh, it's only
12:30.
25 to 1 or whatever it was. And I thought, oh, come on. I'm still using a little bit of cobalt turquoise that's in the left in that little box palette thing. But I don't want dark sky. Just want it to be cute. Want of a better term.
I get in a mess with the skies as well, do you, Pauline?
Yeah.
Don't try to paint the whole sky, I suppose.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you just make it a little bit wet like I've just done there, you've got a choice. I never know, and I've been painting a while now, which part of the cloud of the sky the cloud is dark and which isn't. Is it dark at the bottom, or is it sometimes I get confused. I can't get my head around it. Sometimes I look at it and think one, and then but the secret is, or maybe the solution is I'm just using that bit of shadow, dirty water. As long as your paper is damp, which is say usually traditionally start your sky off. All you got to do is, if you're not happy, is just use a little flat brush like Charlie Heavens taught me online. Just take the edge, bit of tissue, take the edge off it, and just lift it off. Just use the flat brush. Works really well. You can just. This one's a bit loose actually, but it does. You can just lift off anything you're not too. Or if you go near the top, you can lift off the white bits of the sky. It's just clean water. Just take the edge off it, so it's got a fairly clean brush, and then you can just you can almost spin it round like a, just twizzle it, You can lift off the sky, but just have the bit of tissue in your other hand, and then you can just wipe it off. Works really well for skies. Gives you those sort of.
Yeah, looks good.
It's good enough.
Mm.
Next stage. Dare I do it? We've got to do it at some point. Let's mix up something for the bus. Bit of yellow, rose madder. I don't care if it's not red, actually. I don't think it is a cadmium.
I haven't got a yellow like that. I mine are all light.
Well, I'm going in, Carol.
Right, okay, off you go.
I think I've got a point on this brush.
Did you wet the bus or are you doing it dry?
Well, it came out of the water. I cleaned it because of the other colour, and then mixed up that, then just went whoosh. They abandoned. I'm just doing the bits in between the windows at the moment. The fine bits. You can always come back and do the big blobby bit, and that's the easy bit, isn't it? Well, who said that?
Oh dear, don't say that.
Well, the other thing is doing it this way. The paint will dry off a bit before you come to do the big expanse, and it will leave a trace of the original wash that I've just done, the lines in, which adds to the effect. In my opinion. Boom, 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 boom. I need a bit more paint, you know. Rose madder. What colour is a London bus? Rose madder with a hint of some sort of yellow. Well, this brush being, don't know what they make them out of. Pure squirrel. This is going to be interesting.
You've got a steady hand, haven't you? I haven't got a job doing straight lines.
I'm not. You say that. I have got a pencil line there, mind.
Yeah, it does help, I suppose.
And the other thing I'm doing is I'm resting my hand on the board, so I'm even though I'm going like that, but I've got my. But I'm actually using my hand as a guide. I think that's the best way of doing it. But I did mask out the type. I took a leap of faith yesterday and used one of my riggers with the masking fluid. Which I don't, first time I've done that, you know, made it wet and then put soap on it. And then just went for it. Just used it as a with masking fluid. Ooh, that was, and it seems okay. Well, it's the only way that I could figure out. I'll put a line there, stuff it. The only way I could figure out a way of masking the words, you know, fish and chips. Going to go straight across there. These things, if you can get away with one wash, well done, you. Well done. I think if you can, my only tip would be, I don't know if I put masking fluid on the lights, which are the highlights, aren't they? I think so. Playing that, we're going to have a job bringing them back to life. Yeah, once you just make sure you mix up think of it as a batch of the red, enough to do the whole, at least to do one coat. Stop doing that. Do it in one nice streak. Don't do it in. Just having a look. Yeah, I've spoiled it now. You need to do it in one brush stroke, and then you'll get a nice graduated tone. As soon as you start doing that, painting the lounge wall stroke, you're going to be having to work a bit harder. Don't know what's going on there. Oh, right. So right, this bit here, is it red or is it not? It is now. What else going to? Yeah, I think my windows up there could be a bit bigger, but right. I'm trying to get a naive feel to it, and I think I'm succeeding here.
What size brush is that? Is that a rosemary?
Yeah, it's a rosemary pure squirrel SER. S for sugar, E for every, R for royal. 170. It's a number. It's got a 0 on it.
Right.
I don't know if they do change the stock over.
But mine looks thicker than that one.
I've got a big one, but I don't know what size mine is.
It's one of those Chinese ones. They call it, you know, the Chinese, because it's got that wire stuff around it. If I find a link, I'll send it to you.
Mine's a 4, so it's much bigger.
It's quite a nice brush.
Yeah.
Quite frank with you, I use it a lot. Yeah, I practically use it all the time, don't I?
Yeah.
You can paint a whole picture, or at least block it in, get it, you know, crack on with it.
Mm.
Everything's red once you start looking at this picture. Well, even this roof thing, canopy, it's got red on it, and underpaint, it's red with shadow tones on it. Fancy fish and chips now, doesn't it? I'm going to paint. These bits here I've left on purpose. I'm going to say that they're some sort of notice boards. So I'm just going to start off. I'm going to paint them with a little bit of the flesh tone, just to distinguish them a bit. Let's drop in a bit of shadowy bits on it. We don't know if it's got wording on it. It's got something going on it. It's not just the standard bus colour. I was wondering whether they were
Excuse me.
it will fold down. There it is, isn't it? It's a fold down bit that closes the serving bit hatch. That's the serving bit there, isn't it? And this closes down or opens out to allow people to buy their supper. Quite fun doing this brush. I did put some pencil lines. If you look at the picture, there's like some shadow or some dark bits. I did put some pencil lines where to make where they were, because you know, as sure as eggs are eggs, that you're going to need to add some darks into a bit of raw sienna. Add some darks in to try and tease out some dimensions, you know, bring it forwards or back, or make it, otherwise it's going to be too flat. Bit more shadow on there. I think they're crisscross, these things, aren't they? Radiators things. Ooh. Oh, don't know if I should say online. Mel crashed a car yesterday.
Oh dear.
I was doing work. I was working on the sketch for this yesterday morning, and I thought I heard a sort of kerfuffle, bonk. I don't know how to describe it really. It was just like, I thought, oh, the bloke next door has done something on his and dropped something. Didn't think it. I thought, oh, that doesn't sound very healthy. That was it, you know. And then I could hear chattering away out the front. Mel was talking to the bloke next door, sort of thing. Anyway, turned out she was going to, instead of reversing out the drive, she went forward straight into the rose tree.
Oh.
Oh, I thought, no comment. It shook her up a bit though.
Yeah.
She wasn't there. I didn't come out of any crass comments. I was very supportive. Wasn't I, Mel? She probably, no, she doesn't watch these videos. I wouldn't dream of being crass or anything. I could see that she wasn't happy. I was concerned for the car. If we just, it's not my car. Well, it's higher, isn't it? The high, Motability car. Bit more shadow on the wheels now. But we've let all the other shadow dry, so I can do a different, because it is the same sort of tone as the shadow underneath. And try and, it's what I was saying about the red, if you let it, put a little bit undercolour on, let it dry, and then when you put the other bit on it, it's the same but different. If you know what I mean. I know what I mean. It's the same tonal value, but it gives a nicer, well, it distinguishes it from the other bit. I don't know. Nobody said I had to talk. Burnt umber and blue. Just dropping some of that in while it's damp. You can always leave a couple of little white bits. See, that's dried, leaving a white line there, which I'm going to try and keep. Goodness knows what's going on over it. I haven't looked at the flipping photo for ages. Because you told me we want it to be like spontaneous. I thought, well, I can't be that and look at the photo at the same time. Well, you need a photographic memory. So look at the picture once and then paint it. How about that? That's clever. I'm not sure about the radiator. Without a, maybe I should have used my rigger really. We'll get there in the end. We can sell with this brush. Look at that. I just rubbed it on the side of the paper, and now look at the shape.
Yeah.
It's got like a very fine chisely shape.
Yeah.
That's good.
So you've got that shape that you can now use.
Versatile.
Use it to put some dark lines in, if you want. There was one there, wasn't there? Goes across there. Some up here where the windows are. It's not quite a rigger, but it's definitely got some mileage on it. Not that side of it. I don't want to spend 3 days reproducing the photo. I know what the photo is. I can see it. I've got it on front of me. What I want to do is, well, I'm going to put my elbow on there. So I'm doing just a straight line while I've got this dark colour on. I think I'm going to... I've got do it all the time when you're painting. Put a few thick ones on and come back with a rigger. Hint of something. They got to come down somewhere. That do. Put some. That was good. Got a nice. I'm holding the brush at the tip, which you shouldn't really do. You're better off if you hold it further back. When you're doing fine lines, you want to get it a bit closer. And I remember there was a bit over here where that bridge thing is. That can be. Do it again. Just dragged it down the thing. Now I've got a really fine chisel. You got chisel. Bit. Oops. Now what I remember is a really dark bit here. Burnt umber and blue. This is the wing mirror of the bus. That do. Too far. Nice, sweet. Now let's put some shadows in these top windows. Loose, any old dirty paint you've got up there, just lots of water, or you can use that bit over there on the palette, on the board. Just use it to whack in some reflections on the windows, some darks. That window's fairly dark, isn't it? Bit more. Dab it in. It'd be okay. As it dries off, it'd be fine. This one's got a straight shadow, isn't it? Quite dark. So goes right down. By a straight shadow, I mean there's a defining line there. It's a reflection of something within the bus. And there. That's where the bus driver sticks his arm out there, isn't it? Remember that? That's what they did, wasn't it?
Mm.
Or he sticks his thumb out. And it's dark. I'm going to go straight across there. I think it needs a bit more burnt umber, more of a burnt umbery, browny shadow. Oops. Very nice. It's the Ocado man listening to my dog barking downstairs. Must be Ocado. That'd be it.
Mm.
Apart from some rubbing off. I'm going to put a bit more flesh tone down there. A minute. So I've done this all in this one brush.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
More or less. Yeah. And I'm still going to mix up some stronger red as well. Put it here and there. Bear in mind it's watercolor, so we know, or we hope, it's going to you always get a bit of a picture that's awkward. And today it's the radiator, but it is watercolor, so we know it's going to dry back a little bit. maybe that's the other way of creating that sort of looseness that we admire in watercolor, is just paint quick.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would say it's all about lots of washes, you know, like just added another wash onto what was there before, but let the paint dry out, you know. As it dries, it'll leave areas that you think, oh, that's nice, or not. It's all the beauty of watercolor, isn't it? It blends into itself. Weird stuff, really. I don't know if that's right or wrong, that stroke. Oh, that one wasn't. Doesn't matter. I'm not fussed. Yeah, that's okay. Well, I might add in a little bit of red to the shadowy bit as well, just to make it look like there's the bus is part of the shadow. I've got a bit of fun here. I put some masking fluid over this side where those figures were, thinking should have some fun in them. Now I'm going to use it's not a rigger. Oops, it's a masking bogey here. That's a technical term. I've got masking bogey on my paper. I think I'll mix up a bit of that's the bus colour, and I've just added a little bit of natural flesh tone to it. I've got to find, I ain't got a clue where they are. There's a head there. There's a head there. There's a head there. One there. Oh God, Dave.
What else can we put there?
There's a big one there. There's going to be a head there. There's a head there.
Oh no.
I'm just going to paint the heads. Or what I think is, I think I'll put one there as well for now. What's one with that? It's lovely. Colour. Get a bit of that beigey grey colour. Sand. This is where it all goes.
Pear-shaped.
Thanks for your further confidence.
Well, I'm thinking it would for me.
It's a variation of tones and colours, isn't it? This guy over here, sat on the chair, you can have that same doodle. I always think a good point of call is blue, and if you're in doubt, make everybody wear jeans. I mean, just anyone's, it's a bit of dark shadowy colour here. I haven't drawn it in yet, but most people's legs are shaded under the table anyway. So you can use your burnt umber and blue, really dark mix, under a table. I haven't drawn the table yet. I'm going to stick a line there and a line there. Say that's a chair. And this one's got a chair going up the back. I think what I'm going to do with that is, well, I know what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a white highlight here and there, just to make the chair stand out. But I'm just doodling it in at the moment. Could use black. I don't know why. I fancy a pinky shirt. That stuff is lethal, isn't it? This lady over here, you've got a pink on you. Ooh, very nice. I always wanted a pink top. Yeah, I've got one now, Mrs. It's all right for you. You've got lots of, if you're using St. Petersburg, you've got lots of colours to play with. You can just add them in anywhere. She could have a dress on, couldn't you? Yes, no, maybe not. Bit of flesh. His leg there. Down the back. Yeah, very good. Right now. This guy over here. It's London, isn't it? So they can have, they all wear cobalt turquoise trousers, bottoms. Ding, 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 ding. But a peach Melba top. So, well, I suppose it's good that I use this same palette all the time because the colours are balanced. I haven't changed it for months, years, well, ages. I don't know. Bit of blue and burnt sienna. We know that's going to give us a strange, well, myriad of greys on it. I'm not actually painting anything. All I'm doing is painting shapes. Should really, that was a mistake there. You need to put, not, well, say a mistake, a warning sign. That's going to be a figure there. Needs a bit of lightness on it, I think, because I'm not using acrylics. Hey ho. Too late there. I think there was a figure there, wasn't there? Yep, there is now. And that goes down a bit. I think it was a lady of colour. Burnt umber. You might have to switch over here. Burnt umber blue. Give us that nice dark colour. What was I going to go with? Oh, just there. Not sure. Can't make up my mind how low to have the legs on that. Once you put a bit of hair on, figures have a little bit more meaning then, don't they? Just a bit of dark shadow. This one's got to have a hat because it's quite a long, oh, I don't know, it's not too bad. I was thinking that I made the beige shape, the flesh shape a bit long. Trouble is me, everybody end up wearing flat caps. Why did I? Because I like wearing flat caps. What we have got an option of using some green. That was clever. Just put the brush in the yellow and whacked it over there without even thinking I'm going to get some green. I just thought I'd put some bottles on the table. Maybe some green. Yep. Very good. And can have a bit of green on this jacket. Get your razor if you've got one. Add some stronger darks here and there. You're in the distance. You know, a bit of blue. Adam, you can have a little bit of red to warm the picture up. Maybe there's a figure there as well. Doodle away. Don't forget to put a bit of hair on. What we want to do, I think, is get some real dark, almost black, burnt umber and blue. Add more darker colours to the figures at the front. There is no right nor wrong, no reason to be cheerful. And a few extras there. I've tried. There's a few things I'm trying to remember. Need to be doodled. But keep telling myself it's a painting, not a photograph. So paint quick and go wish, wish, wash. Ding, ding. That lady's got a white overall here. We don't know who they are. They're in the shot though. No trouble with the dune or sand colour. It's not like a watercolour. It's got stuff in it. It's more gouache feel, so it will spoil your paints in your palette, make them milky. Just be careful with them. Everyone's got flat cats. Love it. Just want a little bit of beigey colour. I use clean water just around here. Just put in a little bit of fleshy tone. Fucking cobblers. There's grass over there. Everyone knows that they got there's a little grass spot there. Where lift a bit of it off. Not now. Just need to wipe my palette out. Like I say, that using the flesh tone made it go milky. Because it was, oh no, oddly. Because the burnt umber and blue gives us a nice dark colour to play with. It still feels milky now, it must be. Oh, the light, sorry, the reflection on it. Just want to add a few more doodles, details, dark bits with a rigger. Whoa. That's okay. There's still life in the old cautery yet. Put a highlight there. Saying highlight, by that I mean highlight the dark. Make it darker. And okay. Right. That's what else? Yep, I think I've got masking fluid on here. Naughty. And there's some on that fish and chips side. That's my rigger did that. I said just now. I was chuffed with that. And I put a little bit of masking fluid. Oh no, you naughty boy. I wanted to pick up a bit of the red that the brush is dirty. Oh well. How'd you get over that? Don't know. Put a line of use a rigger. Oh, that do. Just to sort of intimate there's a line there. Where am I going? Where am I going? Stick with that yucky reddy colour. And put some little bits of raw sienna. Don't know what it says, don't really want to know. Elephant and Castle. Add some shadow bits to it. Just doodle with the rigger. Just left them right. Okay, and that's got red in it on the top there. Not that I can get much red out of this now. And then type. Need less paint on there. Right, I'm rushing there. That'll do. Bit dark. I always use a biro for that, or a coloured pencil. Just add a few bits here and there. The fish and chips sign, I think that needs a little bit of raw sienna on. And there. Just on one side, I think. Actually says the London bus. Just putting a little bit of raw sienna on it. Don't know what that said. Oh, company. Just give it a little bit of a glow, doesn't it? Yep. I'm going to use the rigger to put in a few more interesting finer railings. I should have done them with the rigger in the first place. You'd have got a better result, I think. But freshness is fastness is freshness. Oh dear. Well, if you were sat there doing it al fresco, you'd try and do it like this, wouldn't you? Really quick and doodle, so that you could come away with something to work with later at the studio. Yeah, the studio. We've got like I got a studio. There we go. Stand back. Think about it. And if you want to put the trees in, be my guest.
No, might give that a miss.
But in my
No.
humble opinion, I haven't got time. Well, one thing follows another. A few bits tidy up there or later when they're dry. Clean. Oops, just there's another one bit now. Just using the rigger with a bit of dry to add some information. One thing maybe I will. Hang on. I just had a inkling partway through the picture a week ago, as we were doing it, was over this side of the bank. Bit of raw sienna, bit of that green mix that I got, and then grab me rigger. Hang on. I just put down a bit more of that burnt umber dark colour. Just put a few lines along here. Got a little row of trees or something going on. But you can make it up. I'll have a reflection, wouldn't it, in the boat? We don't know, is it a boat? Something else I was going to do is to, as a pointer of what might be you'll need to do at some point, is I'm looking for a studio stiff brush. There he is. Clean paper, clean tissue. No point in looking for clean water because I ain't got none of that. And just going to do that. Lift off a bit of paint here and there. Tissue. A bit across there. Try and give a little bit of reflection. The grill could do with a little bit of less. And a bit down here as well. It's just a damp brush. Shame about that bit. What I was saying earlier is that if you're doing those bigger washes, just go in one nice swoop of the brush, you'll get a better effect. If you're just patient, when it's dry, you can lift it off. It's just a wash of a little bit of clean water on the brush. Give it a little gentle scrub. You can, see what I mean? You can get those, you can start getting the highlights back. It's all right, that was a I mess up now. Just need a clean bit of tissue. And just tidy it up. Add a little bit of sparkle. Change it like that. And let it dry. Are we off for time? Are we off for an... Oh, you stupid boy.
Just
You see that?
Just after 12. Oh dear.
Oh god.
Oh.
Red stains, doesn't it?
It's a shame. Well, when it's bone dry, I'll lift it off even more. Not too bad. That's the looks all right to me.
It does, it looks good.
So,
I've got a smudge here, but that'll come off with a once it's bone dry, I'll lift it off. And as I say, I've still got a little bit of masking fluid here and there, maybe not there. And you know, got a tube of white, stick a river down, stick a bit of brush down the hole, see if you can get a bit of paint out. This has gone quite solid, this one. It's just a bit of sort of gouache stuff. Just stick a bit of light on. And got it here, here, here. And spit on the number plate. Dave 1. Anywhere you see, it's always a good thing with these vehicles. Towards the end, just add a bit of light in. Joyce will have fun with this. Won't you, Joyce? She's listening.
I love this.
This could be a whole new range of Joyce's quirky. There you go. Clean a table. Oh, and I said I was going to add some highlights on where the chair was. It's trouble with watercolor white. You probably have to do it more than once. You sort of, because it dries back so well. We don't know what this on. There you go. Oh, there's another bit there. It was some sort of post thing, wasn't it? Now it's probably get away with that with a little bit of black rather than the shadow tone. Put it down one side, sort of a post. Quite a busy picture, isn't it?
It is very.
That'll do. That'll do.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very good.
It's cute. When it'll dry off later, and I'll, for a photograph it, I'll just tidy that bit up with a clean water. Worst comes to the worst, I'll turn it upside down and add a little bit of white just to smudge it, just to make it disappear. What's it like with a board around it? Always like to see what it's like with a border. I fancy fish and chips now.
Yeah, my tummy keeps rumbling. Oh.
Wow. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Nice. Very nice.
That's a shame. I think it's not as red as that.
Oh,
Well,
this is where we're going wrong. We look at your pictures and think, oh, we haven't done it right enough. Good. Oh,
maybe it's difficult to tell with the camp. Yeah, that's even darker. That's not right. It is fairly. Not that's too. That's all. That's even lighter. Well. I'll just leave it.
oh well.
That's a lovely little picture.
Nice. No.
Well, say something that well, yeah, I like that. Tells a story, sets a scene. It's probably 20 more hours work in it if you wanted to, but it's a watercolor. We don't want it. So, what's the day's motive? Is
Loose.
fast, just
Fast and loose.
well,
dear.
a larger brush, you know,
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah.
We've got to draw it yet.
Well, I used the grid on that because it.
Yeah, I think I'll have to, because it's got lots of angles. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sort of. I'm thinking Harry Potter. That had a bus in it that moved, didn't it? It strunk in.
oh, yes, kids there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
good.
considering there was only. I think we've done well, considering there's only a couple of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my new glasses.
Oh, hello.
Oh dear.
I ordered these. I lost my dark glasses. Use them for driving and that, can't you? And so I went on Amazon and I said to Mel at the time, "You wait. I'll have. As soon as I order them, I'll find the old ones."
Yeah, we did.
2 days later,
Yeah.
it's turned up. Yeah. But the thing, one thing was, did I say this last week? I can't remember.
No.
I only wanted one pair. They sent a box of 12.
What?
Oh,
15 quid a time. 12 times 15. Oh yeah, I'm right into that. Fly me to the moon, let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like, Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, It's too hot for this. Lovely jubbly.